Hi guys, it's Aiden here. In this video I'm going to talk about whether or not you should buy an RTX 3080. So all the benchmarks dropped today. I will have links to different videos you can watch for benchmarks in the description below. These are the videos that I watched to make my own personal informed decision as to whether I would buy an RTX 3080 or not. That's what you should do. You should watch lots of videos and read lots of articles that benchmark them, and especially pay close attention to power usage because you might need to get a new PSU. Pay close attention to heat because that's going to be very important, more important on the third-party cards, frankly. But yeah, there's basically a lot to consider, and that's what this video is about. It's about telling you to consider everything. It's all important. None of this isn't actually important when it comes to buying new hardware, but what I want to highlight today is something that people always forget, because nothing makes me laugh more than somebody going out and dropping $700 on a GPU when they're playing games at 1080p and 60 FPS on their PC. You don't need it. You're not improving your gaming experience, you're just wasting your money. So, should you buy an RTX 3080? That depends. What resolution and frame rate do you game at? And by that, I don't mean in your head. I don't mean the ones you imagine you game at because you don't run VSync and don't bother locking the frame rate to the monitors and you just look at the number. I mean, what does your monitor actually do? Is it 1080p, 60 FPS? Is it 1440p? 60 FPS? Is it 1440p, 120 or 144 FPS? Ooh, what about 4K? Anybody out there gaming on 4K? It's pretty easy to figure out if you're actually going to benefit from one of these cards, and there's a simple ratio involved. What's the model of your current GPU? What's the resolution of your screen? What's the max FPS of your screen? And that's it. That's all you need to consider. I guess it's good to think about what your current card is capable of doing as well. Are you noticing any issues running modern games? If not, you don't need it. Doesn't really matter what you're actually running. If you're perfectly happy playing at 4K with your 2080 Ti, why change? Is anybody really giving you a reason to buy a 3080 tomorrow? Or is it better to just wait and see what Nvidia are doing, or see what the 3070 is priced at, or see what the 3090 ends up doing? Why commit? It's not a marriage, it's not a relationship, it's little more than you spending your money on a consumer product. And one thing I like to talk about all the time is demystifying exactly what that means. You ain't changing the world, you're not electing a president, you're not even electing a vice president who only gets elected because of his attachment to a president, so it's really unimportant. You're not even doing a really unimportant thing. You're literally just spending your cash. There's only two reasons to spend your money, if you think about it, in a broad sense. If we break it down to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you either need to spend your money or you want to spend your money. So don't go kidding yourself when one is the other. Me, personally, I want to spend my money. I could make a very valid argument that I do not need to spend my money. I am currently running a 2070 Super. I am running resolutions wise, literally anywhere from 3440 by 1440p up to 4K, depending on which monitor I'm using. I personally just want to get a 3080 for a very simple reason. I want to do proper and true 4K comparisons between games on PC and games on Xbox Series X. I've got my pre-order in for the X. I'll be pre-ordering the PlayStation 5. You might figure it out. I've got too much money. And I'll be buying a 3080. Because I think those would be cool videos and I just want to do them. Game Pass makes that kind of stuff easy. I'll get Game Pass Ultimate. I'll have a load of games on Xbox Series X. I'll have a load of games on PC. I'll run them on 4K on both. And we'll just see what happens. We'll compare the two and we'll see what they look like. And we'll all witness me being called a coward and a liar and a thief in the comment section, because somebody is going to like what they see in a fairly neutral presentation of information. But yeah, that's my own personal argument. Your personal argument needs to be emphasis on personal. You need to figure out what you want to do and why you want to do it. I'm not your dad. Me telling you if you're playing at 1080p and 60 FPS shouldn't mean anything to you. It really shouldn't matter. I mean, it's pretty sage advice when it comes to like not wasting your money. But if you've got money and you want to spend it, why not? Just spend it. You don't owe me an apology over how you spend your money. You might owe yourself an apology when it hits the end of the month and you've got some kind of surprise bill, like your washing machine shits the bed and all of a sudden you have to replace it and you don't have it. So you just throw your dirty clothes at an RTX 3080 and the fans do nothing to clean them. That's on you. You don't got to apologize to me for that. You have to apologize to your kids. But that's just the way it works. Consider your FPS, consider your resolution, consider what else you might need to buy over the coming months. There's a lot of stuff going on. Do you really want to overly commit to a 3080 when you know for a fact that AMD are going to be showing off their cards like a month from now? And that could be a very interesting proposition. Are you really that loyal to Nvidia? I'm not. I'm not loyal to Nvidia at all. I'm loyal to my paycheck. And I help my paycheck by buying the best thing as soon as I can get it. That's the trap of the job when you work in games media. I'm not talking about the channel here. That's not my job. That's just a little side thing that I like to do. I'm talking about my actual day job where I play games, write about games, write guides, etc. All that stuff for a living. It just pays to be able to do things a little bit sooner than the potential competition. So that's why I'm doing it. But why are you doing it? What do you actually want from a 3080? Do you magically want to make your games look prettier? Because that normally is helped by getting a new monitor. That's where you go to make your games look prettier. A new monitor upgrade. If you're playing right now at 1080p, 60 FPS, and you buy a 1440p monitor, all your games instantly look better. You've just remastered your entire gaming library. Everything just looks nicer on the screen. I've said it before and I'll say it again. 1440p is God's own resolution, and skipping it is a big boner killer, frankly, from this current generation of consoles. But I can't really say it's being skipped anymore, I guess, because of the Xbox Series S. And we'll find out more in like 50 minutes from recording this video as to what exactly the PS5 is going to be doing. Because if it focuses down to 1440p, then I imagine they're going to finally mention that in this showcase. But I'm just rabbiting on now because I feel talky, because I'm exceptionally tired, and I get talky when I'm tired. But yeah, that's it. That's what you need to consider. Don't worry about anybody else. Just make an informed opinion by reading and watching reviews and go from there. Do you want it? If you want it, just buy it. As I said, nobody on the internet is your dad. Not even your dad is your dad on the internet. He's probably, I don't know, no scopes 420 and he's dominating you in Warzone. So yeah, that's it. That's all you need to think about. Resolution, FPS. Are you going to be upgrading your monitor? If you're right teetering on the brink of having trouble running games right now, you still might not need a 3080. You might just need a 3070. So it might be worth just biding your time and waiting. Putting the extra cash into a 1440p monitor, running that off a 3070, and you're going to have some very attractive looking games. Very, very Swedish looking games. So yeah, there you go. That's all I've got for you. Just think about what you do before you do it. And if you do it, that's on you. Thanks for watching. All the best.